Hi friends, this is Sarvajay here. Welcome to my networking channel. Hope all are doing good. And today the topic I'm going to discuss about reverse path forwarding. So this works in PIM dense mode scenario. So this is an architecture where I connected R1, R2, R3. So to R1 the source is PC3 and these are the receivers. So what happened whenever R3, right? Whenever PC3 started streaming any multicast traffic on this corresponding group, what happened? This will flood the information to R1. So R1 will start sending the copy of packet to R2 and R3. So R2 will again send the copy of packet to R3. So the same information will be sent via R1 to R3 and R2 to R3. So comparatively, always this path will be the better path, right? So from source to destination, this will be always the better path, not this path, because this is the longest path. So in this scenario, what happened when when the multicast packet reached received on this corresponding interface faster than at one? So this will check the corresponding unicast routing table. Let us go to R3 first. So I started streaming the traffic on this corresponding interface 226.1.1. There is a multicast group. So I started streaming the multicast traffic from PC3. How to do that? So started ping and minus C, I just started with 1,000 packets, right? So what happened automatically? It will start streaming the information on R1 will flood the copy of packet. That is the behavior at dense mode. Then dense mode, what happened? It will flood the copy of packet to all the receivers, right? It doesn't matter what subnet it is. Each and every subnet will receive that copy of that packet. So the R1, when it sends a copy of the information, it will flood the multicast packet to R2, and another copy of packet to R3. R2 again will flood the packet to R3. So there are two paths, right, to reach R3. One is R1 to R3 and another one is R1 to R2 and R2 to R3. So always prefers the shortest path. So that is the purpose of reverse path forwarding. So what happened then the multicast packet received on this interface that is faster than it one, it will consult its unicast routing table to check the reverse path towards its source. This is a reverse path towards the source. So let us see how it will check. Let us do a show IP route. So reverse path towards the sources, this is a source and you can see the faster than at 0 by 1. This is a source it received, and also comparatively it check the multicast table, right? It will check the multicast packet. It is also received on the same interface. In that scenario, what happened? It will accept the packet. So if it arrives on this path, this will discard the packet. That is the reason this path will not be allowed. Only this path will be allowed in the multicast information. So you can also check the multicast table. Do a show IP mroute. So in simple, the reverse path is used to always check the reverse path towards the source, right? It is always used to determine the upstream towards the source. So in this scenario, this is the shortest path, faster than at one. That is the reason you are seeing here this one as a faster than at one. Incoming interface faster than at one, and you can see the RPF neighbor as 192.168.2.1. That is the reason, because always prefers the shortest path. This faster than at one is the shortest one. That is the reason you are seeing here this as a RPF neighbor, right? And this RPF interface is faster than at 1. And why you are seeing this faster than at 1 by 0 as a prune model? Why means, so whenever the shortest path is preferred, this will automatically, this path will be pruned. Pruned is nothing but this path will be removed. So in the dense mode scenario, there are two behavior. One is flooding and the pruning. So what happened? Once you started flooding the information, the longest path, this path will be automatically pruned from the link. Pruned is nothing but a remove. So it will start a 3-minute timer. Prune timer is 3-minute timer. So after 3-minute timer expires, it automatically this link will go forwarding. That is a disadvantage. So the prune timer is only 3 minutes. So within the 3 minutes, again you can see this will be in the forwarding stage. So that is the way this will work. So let us see the scenario. So I already started streaming the packet. Now let us see. Show IP mroute. And you can able to see here it is already pruning the interface. So here you can see receive v2 prune on faster than 1 by 0, because what happened, this interface will be pruned, and the best RPF interface is the RPF interface nothing but the shortest path towards the source. So to always check the reverse path towards the source is 30.2, and the best interface is faster than at 1. So this is the benefit of reverse path forwarding, and this is also a way of preventing the loops around the network, right? Loops around the multicast network. And so because what happened, whenever data is forwarded on one network and if it is received on some other network, there is a chance for loop to form. To prevent that scenario, always prefers the shortest path, right? The shortest path towards the source, and is also used to check the reverse path towards the source. So I hope you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks and have a wonderful day. Thank you.